Hey, martial arts school owners, karate teachers, people that are interested in owning your own karate school. I'm Hensley with Rise for More. I've ran 24 martial arts schools that I own and operated over 6 different states, 54 full-time employees, $7 million in annual revenue. We didn't do daycare, we didn't do after-school camps, anything like that. Just flat out martial arts. I'm gonna tell you something real quick. You don't have to sell out and have McDojo type martial arts program to make money. You can have high quality students, high quality staff, high quality training, and be rewarded financially for being great. Maybe remarkable at the thing you love most. Don't be the poor mindset person leading people on a floor, telling them, hey kid, you could be anything you set your mind to. Hey kid, you work hard, you can earn your black belt. Go work at home, go practice at home. But you're not practicing at home. You're not practicing on your marketing, learning how to do websites. You're like, oh, I don't know how to do any of that stuff. I can't do tech. Hey, stop being a damn hypocrite. You're gonna lead a kid? Lead yourself. We all have our things that are holding us back. We have limiting beliefs. You gotta break through those and crush them. You are meant for more. The world needs you to be a better leader, more influence. If you chose the path to be on the floor, and you chose this as your career, don't do it because it's the only thing you know how to do. Get freaking better at it. I would love to be the person to help you do that. My name is Hensley. I'm Rise for More. Again, I'm a 7th degree black belt in martial arts, 2nd generation. My kids do martial arts. This is who we are and what we do. And I know we have the tools to help you be better. Let's rise for more.
If they get in here, let's rock and roll. Okay, so classroom floor. We're talking about audit. It's a big, hard word for me, okay? Audit your classroom floor. Transformation is what you sell. So let me say this again, guys. I believe I can give you 10 different reasons really fast why martial arts school owners fail at, making this a true business where they actually have success financially. They have success with impact. I can give you 10 reasons fast, but what I want to do right now is I want to focus on the most simplest, easiest thing to always focus on and pay attention to is your classroom floor, is your product, is your service, and it's transformation. Transformation. If you have amazing classes and if people have progress, how do you create happiness in life? You have to have progress. As long as you're learning, as long as you're growing, you don't quit anything like that. You don't quit a mentor who's pushing you. You don't quit a church who's helping you grow and feeding your family spiritually, emotionally. They're not quitting a martial arts program where their kid is growing. All right, not just learning self-defense. Guys, listen, the self-defense aspect of martial arts, getting out of a chokehold, getting out of a wrist grab, learning how to do an arm bar is like 15th on the list of reasons why a student would stay in martial arts training. Okay, a 7-year-old little girl doesn't care about that. What they care about is feeling connected to somebody, feeling like they belong somewhere, feeling like someone actually sees them and pays attention to them. And what the parent cares about is someone loving on their kid and helping their kid grow to be a better human being, prepared for what the world's going to throw at them. All right. I don't care if my daughter loves dance or karate or soccer or whatever. The people is what's going to matter. All right. So today we're going to talk about auditing that classroom floor. And I've got 5 things today with questions. And guys, I'm going to say this again. Ask quality questions on the call. Nothing changes if nothing changes.
Hey guys, we'll get you right back to the video here in a second. If you want to scale your company, if you want to grow your company, click this link below right now. One of our team members is going to reach out to you in the next 24 hours, and we're going to help guide you through the process. We have the goal of impacting business owners in the martial arts space around the world so we can impact our kids, our future, and build resilience through everybody. And I know you can create heaven on earth through your business. So I want you to go to the next level in your business. Click this link below and we'll reach out to you. And I promise, I will overpromise and overdeliver, and we'll back up that faith all the time that you're going to go to the next level personally, professionally, financially. And I can't wait to personally meet you.
If you got the same problems on a Tuesday as you had yesterday, that is on you. And it starts with you first. Your mindset, your attitude has to shift. You wake up every morning, you get to decide, is this a blessing today? Am I excited for life, or am I just waiting until the time's up? A lot of people are existing in this world. They're waiting until their time expires. And I guarantee, listen, someone who was very important in my life at a certain time, I was 16, 17 years old. There was someone I've never met in person. I only met him through cassette tapes, a book, and a documentary. I never met him in real life, okay? And what's happened to him later in life is pretty sad, but it was somebody who was super important in my life, okay, for a lot of years. And these lessons 30 years later are still ringing true and it's still are impactful. But I remember in this documentary, he's interviewing people who transformed their physical life, people who got in better physical shape, and how that manifested to other parts of their life, and how they went from changing their physical structure of their body, losing weight, getting stronger, getting more fit, and how they mentally became more confident in who they were as a person, how their relationships, their personal relationships, their business relationships all improved because how they felt about themselves is so important. Guys, that's what you sell on the mat is transformation. All right. But hear me on this. He's interviewing this guy, and the guy he's being interviewed is talking to his brother who's in the hospital, who is now paralyzed, had an accident, was paralyzed, and this guy's in the hospital. And the guy who's doing these workouts, transforming his body, is complaining to his brother that he's getting up at 6 in the morning to do a 20-minute run every day. He's complaining about how hard it is to get up to go run every morning while his brother's in the hospital bed, who's paralyzed and does not have use of his legs. And his brother looked at him and says, "Hey, I'd give anything to be able to run. I'd give anything for that pain." And now why am I telling you that, guys? This, your business, you're the lid. You got a problem with a staff member, you got a problem with getting new members, your classroom floor isn't strong, what you're about to talk about, it starts with you. And somebody out there has it a lot worse than you and would trade places with you in a heartbeat. They take your bank account. You'd be negative $1 million. They trade places with you. Okay. So if you have the ability to breathe, you can move your body, feed your mind the right stuff so you don't stay in a negative mindset. I'll tell you this personally, guys. I went through a phase in my life where I thought about suicide. I'm gonna let you guys know I was in a marriage for 5 years. Okay. That was complicated because my in-laws were best friends and worked for my parents. And I felt trapped. And I felt the only way out was suicide. Guys, I was in the prime of my life. I'm 28, 29, 30 years old at this time. I had my first martial arts school. I was successful on the outside. I had 350 students. I was teaching martial arts every day, loved life on the outside, miserable on the inside. And I thought the only way out was for me to not be here anymore. Nobody should be in that position. I was scared of the conflict that I was going to have to face, and I was going to hurt people in the process, and I didn't want to do that. I'd rather hurt myself. If a guy like me is dealing with that, do you know how many people are walking in your building for classes today that are carrying in some heavy baggage? And you might be the vehicle that saves their life. I know martial arts actually saved my life. It was the only thing I had positive in my life. I could not wait to get to teach classes. It saved me from continuing to spiral downhill. And I regained confidence to go have some conflict and some hard conversations to get my life back on the right path. And I will tell you, I lost a lot of my faith in a time. I asked God, like, why are you punishing someone who's done everything right in life? I still question a lot of times. I'm telling you guys, your classroom floor matters. There is somebody's life, you're probably going to save their life, and you'll never know it by how well your class is. So I'm telling you guys, quit your bullshit mindset of you're complaining about your ads, you're complaining about your website. You have the ability to fix it, and you chose the life that you have. You can stop at any time. You can get off the ride. But if you chose martial arts and you chose transformation as a vehicle, then let's be damn good at it because someone's life depends on it. And it could even be your own life. All right. I tell you, I need martial arts. I try to get away from it so many times in my life, and I keep coming back to it. All right. I am a flawed man, and I know that I still question a lot about God. Like I can't prove any of this. It's a faith, right, that I have to lean into. I've lost faith in a lot of people before. And I challenge my faith with God. And I'll probably do that until I die. I'm a curious, questionable type person. But my belief system actually gets stronger the more I question things. And the one person I believe in is myself. All right? Because I know that I have the ability to change my life anytime I want to. Your classroom floor matters, guys. Someone out there needs you, okay? So let's start with it today. Now, I want you guys to bring some high quality questions to me. So the theme today, progress equals happiness. I'm going to say this over and over again. Progress equals happiness. When you read a book, you get inspired. When you see a documentary, you get inspired. When you meet an amazing person, you get inspired. Okay. Like I've known Sarah for 5 years in my life, guys. And I will tell you, I've been so hard on her, right? She was working for someone that I was helping in the martial arts school. And I would watch her teach classes and I saw potential, but I saw that nobody was pushing on her hard. And I've seen her transform in her teaching ability. I was listening to her teach classes last night. And a lot of the stuff today is to help her become a better teacher because I know she's a third degree black belt, been doing martial arts her entire life. She loves people, she loves teaching, she's great at it, but she could become remarkable. And I know I have the ability to help her get there. So if that's somebody that I do love and I care about, and I know I can help her get there, that you guys can all benefit from role too. Okay. So I'm telling you right now, progress equals happiness. If she grows, her classes will grow. When your instructor is learning, their classes are on fire. I coached Dave yesterday before he taught classes, and I gave him a rundown of how classes. I guarantee he was better prepared to go on that floor than if he didn't have that information. Now he has data and he has to back it up, and now he's got to get the reps in. When you learn, you're growing. When you're growing, you're happier. When you're growing your skill on the floor, your classes will be better. Your students will enjoy it more. Progress equals happiness. Our goal is to create a class experience. I'm going to say that word again, a class experience so good, so great that students leave sweating, smiling, and they can't wait to get back to the next class. So I'm going to say it again. Their goal is for those people, when they leave class, they're leaving sweating, smiling, and they cannot wait to get back to the next class. So let's start with the front door. The front door is where first impressions start. Now, I don't care how many staff you have in your school, but whoever the head instructor is, whoever's on the floor teaching, they have the responsibility for everyone in the building, safety and education, even the parents sitting on the benches or in the chairs. The safety of everybody in that building and the education of everybody in that building. So if I'm teaching classes and someone walks in the front door, I need to make sure, hey guys, how you doing today? Great. I'm still going to talk and speak and communicate with those people on the class from the classroom floor. So I need to know they're seen. In the Southeast, I always reference this. We have a place called Moe's. It's like a Chipotle. You walk in, people yell at you, welcome to Moe's. All right. Every time you walk in, it almost scares you if you've never been in there before. If I'm teaching classes, someone walks in, I need to acknowledge that I see them. I don't know if they're a student, a parent, a prospect, doesn't matter. I need to acknowledge them. If I know them by name, greet them by name. All right. Hey, Tara, how you doing today? Great to see you guys. If I don't recognize them, I don't want some strange person walking in, watching classes. Listen, your job is the safety of everyone in that building. You don't know what people are up to nowadays. Protect the culture you have in your business. And you're not doing it from a like, who are you type thing, but let people know that you see them. Okay. So, question, do you have a policy and a process? And the best train the most, do you role play? This is a question for everybody. Do you role play with your staff? Someone walking in the door, you're teaching classes, how we greet that person? Do we fist bump them, handshake them, high five them? Use the ability to make connection with everybody walking in the building. So eye contact, a smile, a name within 5 seconds. You set the tone of the energy of the building before classes start. Imagine I'm on the floor teaching classes. All right, guys, punches, ready? 1, 2. There's no music playing. I'm just talking. I'm teaching, running drills. Someone walks in. They see class going on. 3. Maybe they're respectful. They're quiet. They go sit down. No one greets them. The kid goes and does their thing. Someone's walking in curious about the first lesson. They don't know. All what happens is confusion. When people have confusion, they do nothing. They will leave. Have you ever been in a business? You walk in, no one greets you. You don't know what's going on. I will tell you this. I've been in a lot of stores where sometimes as soon as you walk in, a salesperson comes and grabs you. All right. Guys, go into a Louis Vuitton store. They have someone who will literally just follow you around. And you will say, no, I'm just looking today. They don't care. They're with you. That's your salesperson. That's your rep. They follow you around. They're ready to ask any questions for you. Sometimes it feels a little weird, but guess what? Way better for that to happen. There's a reason why they're the largest retail company in the world. Okay. And they're buying up all the luxury brands. There's a reason why they're successful because people do want to spend money, but they need help pulling the trigger. You guys are afraid of selling your memberships. It's the thing that you do. You sell transformation. You got to actually ask people for the sell. It starts with a front door. Okay. So next, uniforms. If you're an instructor, you better teach in a full damn gi, no t-shirts. You see this t-shirt? Okay. Now, if you have a culture of a Muay Thai school, a Krav Maga school, and you wear pants and a t-shirt, and that is your uniform, well, that's your uniform. It's not a random shirt. Okay. Speaking of which, Sarah, we've got to make sure that we teach and train everybody properly. For our schools, their uniform sleeves should be rolled up. I saw some of that we got to fix. They only have one shirt they're allowed to wear under their gi top, and it's the one that matches their uniform. That's it. Otherwise, they wear nothing under the gi top. It's tucked in. No strings are hanging down. You ever seen those strings hanging down from the gi pants? Okay. Why does it matter? And instructors better have a crisp, clean uniform, no random shirt. Imagine wearing a black gi. Your colors are black and gold, and you got a blue t-shirt underneath. There's no blue in your whole damn school. Why should an instructor be in full gi? Because you set the tone of being a professional, not an amateur. And you should demand the standard that your students wear the proper uniform at all times, and you fix the standard if someone breaks it. If they're wearing the wrong uniform, doesn't fit them right, too short, hasn't been washed, smells bad, fix it. You set the tone and the standard. So here's the question. I'm asking you guys to respond. If a stranger, my grandma says a stranger is just a friend we haven't met yet. If a stranger walked in right now to your school and they wanted to sign up their kid on the spot, or let me rephrase it. If a stranger walked in right now, would they want to sign their kid up right on the spot based on the first impression? Would they be so engaged by how someone runs to greet them, is in a hurry to serve, and service is senior to selling? Guys, I could stop the call today and you could unpack everything I just did in the first 10 minutes here. You could spend the rest of your week getting better at the first impression. We were in Houston a month ago, guys. First of all, you guys who took the trip there, hopefully you guys got a lot of value. You're still unpacking from that. We have an event coming up in September for 2 days. And then 2 weeks after, a 4-day interactive instructor course. You guys need to take advantage of every opportunity to train. The best train the most. My staff train every single day on a skill to get better. When I was in Houston, the next day, I think it was, yeah, it was the next day, there's people coming in for a trial. And the instructor's kind of on the mat doing his thing or practicing on the bag or whatever. And people are walking in and no one's running, right? I think Nick was in the back doing an appointment and there's people walking in. Nobody's running to grab those kids and that parent. It's their first time walking in the building. So I just turned it on. Hey, how's it going? All right, what's your name? And I start jiving. I find out the kid loves the TV show Cobra Kai. Who's his favorite character? Right? What his friends and where he goes to school, what his mom does for work, what he loves to do, why he wants to do martial arts. I'm talking to the mom, creating a relationship, and I'm getting the kids information. I'm creating a rapport. I'm not some extrovert person that just loves going and talk to people. I trained myself to do this. If I could go all day and not talk to a person, I'd be okay. Probably talk to myself a lot. Okay. But by nature, that is not my natural state. Not at all. I had to train that. If a stranger walked in right now, would they sign their kid up on the spot just based on the first impression? Okay, module 2 for today. The mat energy. Intentionally, the school that we're building out right now is mostly black. And once we have our lighting done, the goal is to turn the stage, the mat, into a stage. It's the theater. It is the performance. I want you to turn your training into a theater. A high energy classroom equals high retention. What is high energy? It is not just yelling and screaming. It's not music. A lot of times we confuse things. Energy can be quiet. Your volume, up and down, your enthusiasm, your pace, and no dead time. One of the worst things you could do on your class schedule is have a gap from one class to the next. So if you have a class that goes from 4 to 4:45 and your next class starts at 5, that 15 minutes kills the energy of the instructor, kills the energy of the school. Worst thing you could ever do on a schedule. You want no downtime. From the first class to the last class, there's no breaks. Oh, my instructor needs to go eat. He has to teach 4.5 hours straight and he's got to eat in between. You got a soft, weak person that should be terminated on the spot today. I'm gonna tell you right now, if any instructor ever says, Aaron, I need a dinner break from 4 to 8 o'clock, tell him to get the hell out of my business that day. He can have a bottle of water on the mat, but if you can't go 4 hours of teaching, you're picked the wrong profession. You should be able to go 7, 8 hours. Oh, you need a break? I'm sorry. Let me take that black belt off your waist. Okay, I'm gonna get you a hot pink belt, a little tutu. Okay, you can go teaching that. We don't do that. Oh, if you give your students water breaks, y'all are soft leaders. Nobody needs a water break in 45 minutes. You know what happens? One kid takes a water break. It's like one kid taking a bathroom break. Everybody's got to go do it. You might as well cancel classes. You guys are soft and weak, and you're not a leader. The only time you give a water break is if you got a 3-hour test you're running. And it's when I tell them they can take a break. You're building soft culture when you do this. A high energy classroom floor creates high retention. A soft floor has a bunch of weak students that quit and feel entitled. And you're part of the problem in America if you're running that. Next, transition between drills have to be snappy. No wasted time. You go from phase 1 of a drill to the class to the next one, you better be prepared and be an expert. No downtime. It's got to go from one thing. If you're going from kickboxing to Krav Maga, switch fast. Ooh, I just knocked my marker off. Okay. See, I'm powerful with the hands, baby. Let's go. Use your body as a tool. Use your voice as a tool. If you see me teaching, I'm moving like I'm fighting. My hands are clapping. I'm pointing. I'm moving my arms. I use my voice. I snap. I clap. I jump. I do it all, baby. Let's go. Okay. The snapper. It's from my grandma days. She'd use that snapper. Anybody have the grandma doing the snapper? She's like, I get that wooden spoon. I'm like, what? I've never used a wooden spoon on the classroom floor yet. That might be a new one. My grandma was German, so she was like, got those wooden spoons she wanted to go around and whack you with. Okay. All right. Every activity should have a goal attached to it. Stop doing a warm-up that has no purpose to it. Everything you do on the classroom floor should connect to the next thing. I'm going to talk about how to layer drills on the floor. Sweat factor. I put on here that at least 70% of your students should be breathing heavy by the middle of the class. You're going to have some great fit people. You're going to have some people that probably 5 minutes in the class, they're already huffing and puffing. But 70% of your student body halfway through the class should have a sweat going on. Kids aren't sweating anymore. They're on this freaking device all day long. They got to leave sweating and smiling, guys. And smile factor. Guys, when you learn, you can see joy in people's life. How many of you guys love math? Anybody love math in here? How many of you guys hate math? You're like, you hated that subject. How many of you guys hated math? Michael's like, yeah, that's me. All right. Natalia's like, Sarah's okay, gotcha. And all of a sudden the teacher's like, guys, we're doing algebra today. You're like, oh my God. As soon as you have that mindset of, oh my God, you're not really going to learn that day. It's force feeding you. But all of a sudden she shifts the subject to something you love. Maybe it was social studies. Maybe it was recess. I don't know. Lunchtime. I don't know. Maybe that was your favorite subject. I don't know. Right? And then you're jacked. You're excited. Well, kids are the same way, guys, in the martial arts. You all of a sudden like, guys, we're doing bow staff. There's some kids like, yes. And there's some kids like, oh my God. Typically, they don't like what they're not good at. And what you don't want to do, guys, listen to me. Here's how you not to do this. Hey, guys, you're not loud enough. I need to hear you louder. Is that the loudest you guys can be? Oh, I didn't like bow staff either. I'm not planting the seed. And sometimes I hear you guys do this even much. Hey, last class wasn't very good. You guys got to be better. You're planting the seed that something's not good, as opposed to tell them what you want. Guys, today, we're going to be fast. We're going to be powerful. We're going to be strong. We're going to be loud in everything we answer. You guys with me? And Sarah, you got to break this habit. You're answering too fast or not letting them answer. You guys, this is a habit we all have. Everybody got me? Yes, sir. And you're trying to prompt them, but you haven't given them the chance to actually give you the response. Also, don't baby your voice down. Be a better leader. Make them rise to your voice. Don't baby a 7-year-old or a 10-year-old. You'll notice instructors sometimes get in a loop and they're kind of babying their voice too much. They're talking almost down to the kids. Okay, next question. I'm giving you guys too much. Would you pay $300 a month for your program right now to put your kid in it? Would you pay $300 to put your own kid in your program? You know, my nephew takes martial arts out of school. I don't know exactly how much they're paying for that one, but I try to go watch a class. My dad, who takes him to that class, can't even stomach to watch class. Okay. Like literally, my nephew, who's going to earn his black belt in the Taekwondo school, it's so bad I cannot watch a class. Now, the people are really good. I'll give them credit. The people are really nice and they care a lot, but they're not being trained or coached on how to be great. They just are working the J, O, and the B. Okay, I got 3 more things. Listen, this is getting too much for you guys already. You're supposed to audit your floor every single day. Front door to the mat, give yourself a score. Energy of the floor, give yourself a score. And don't try to fix all of these 5 things I'm going over today. Fix one thing at a time and don't go to the next thing till you become an expert. Number 3, mentorship over management. Parents are not buying the kicks and the punches and self-defense and the weapons. They are buying transformation. They are buying mentorship. They are buying leadership, the things they cannot get at the academic school anymore. We've taken God out of our schools. We've taken discipline out of our schools. We've taken competition out of our schools. And we've replaced it with mediocrity as the standard. Appeasing as the standard. So parents who choose something like martial arts and they've chosen your program, transformation, leadership, mentorship. Every child should hear their name and receive at least one specific praise and one specific level of improvement. Every class should be your standard. Please, let me say this. The PCP sandwich, praise, correct praise. I believe 99% of people do it wrong. I believe you bullshit kids. And here's the thing, 7-year-old little girls are really freaking smart and they know when you lie to them. Oh, that's a good front kick. And it sucked. They know you lied to them. And you just broke their trust with you. So always be real. Don't assume that you're so intelligent that a little girl at 7 years old is not going to be able to pick up on the fact that you just lied to their face. So it needs to be something more like this. Hey, Lakin, great speed. Hey, here's what you got to do in that kick. You got to get your knee up higher. Get it to here. Let me see it. Show it to me. Okay, now kick right here. Okay, do that. Show me again. Okay, that's how I want it done every time. That's a black belt skill. Now let's do it again. Perfect. Bam. That's how you do it. Every person, every class gets some kind of praise. And I'm going to tell you that I do this with every parent. Tara walks into school. Hey, Tara, oh, you got some new shoes. I'll find something to connect with. And I can tell you, listen, this does not take you being there for a year. I could be somewhere in 3 days, see the school, everybody one time. I'll automatically know the kind of people I'm dealing with. I remember visiting a school for the holiday sale last year. The first person walking in, okay? The mom had a Birkin. You guys know what those are? Okay. I think the cheapest one I've ever seen is $50,000. It's a purse. She's walking in and they're trying to sell her something for like $2,000. I started talking about her because I see what she's wearing. She's wearing Chanel. She's got a Birkin. I'm like, so I just started talking with her. She's like, oh yeah, I'm flying to Paris to pick up my next one next month. It'll be my 4th one. You have to fly to go pick up these purses, guys. And they're trying to sell our $2,000 product. If it's me, I'd be like, well, hey, this is the perfect customer who values, what do people pay for? Accountability and status Well, that woman loves status because as soon as I started talking about that purse, she couldn't wait to tell me about all the ones she has. She values status. You got to know the people in your building who want certain things, who need certain things, and how to talk to them. Right now, it's about to be football season. You're gonna have people walking in wearing cowboy stuff. You should just tell them to burn that shit because that's the second worst team in the NFL. Okay. I live in Raider Nation. We're doing a promotion. Everybody buys a membership and pays in full in September if the Raiders make it to the Super Bowl. Not even win it. They just got to make it to the Super Bowl. They get their money back and keep their membership, and we're going to add something on if they make it. Just for fun. Just for fun. Okay? Like, enter the conversation. Make connections with everybody. So don't just praise your students on the floor. Find ways to compliment people walking in your door. Be a good finder. I will look for the good in all people, make them feel worthwhile. It's one of the tenets. Instructors must push plus have positivity. I'm going to say this again. They must balance the idea of push and positivity. You want the students leaving knowing that they can become more, better. The only way to do that is you got to push them with a sense of positivity. Negative reinforcement does work on some people. Majority of people, I will tell you, my teacher, I despised him for most of my life. And it worked on me, but also hurt our relationship for a lot of years. Happened to be my father at the same time. Okay. So, challenger, the question you should ask your classroom floor: are we coaching kids through life or just running them through a workout? Are you running them through a workout? They're getting fitness, but they're not getting the mentorship. What's that worth? Guys, you can work out pretty much for free on TV or something like that. And the world's going to try to take martial arts to a digital platform. A buddy of mine owns a big company right now, and they're trying to do a digital platform where people can train at home with devices and training stuff. People will take advantage of it. Great. Martial arts gets to more people, but it doesn't have the same connection of a human being right there in front of you. Mentoring. Are you coaching kids through life? Are you mentoring them? Are you leading them? Or are you just running through a workout? Next, number 4, the exit. Progress equals happiness. Bringing that up again. Are you able to show small wins every single class? It could be a new technique, new combination, improvement of something, improvement of technique, improvement of focus. Are you able to show people their progress? Because listen, people need to feel it. But it's like going to the gym. When somebody chooses to lose weight, the first week, the scale might not even move. The second week, the scale might not move. The third week, the scale might not move, and they give up. But if someone says, hey, no, look, you were only pressing 5 pounds. Now you're at 7 pounds. No, you did 10 pounds. No, I can actually see that shirt fits you better or your pants. If someone's not pointing it out to you, you might not feel it enough and you give up too quickly. So the mom doesn't notice that you corrected her daughter from doing this and that she's swinging her arm out and you kept the elbow tucked in and its punch is going straight and rotating, hitting the big knuckles. Mom doesn't notice that. The kid doesn't notice so much. You got to say, hey, Lakin, hey, that time you didn't throw your elbow on that punch. Good job. That's an improvement. That's what I want to see every class. Hey, Mom, Lakin's not throwing her elbows out anymore. She's been doing that for 2 weeks. She fixed it today. I'm proud of her. Got to point out that progress to every single student, every single class. Man, that's why you're a professional, not an amateur. That's why you're worth $75,000 a year to teach martial arts in my schools, because you are doing the things no one else does. Most people are just running a workout. Students do not quit progress. They quit obligations. Students do not quit progress. They quit obligations. Are they obligated to come to your class? Oh, man. Listen, Mrs. Sarah, we don't know if we can bring Lakin to class. She's just not feeling excited, doesn't want to come to class. Yeah, you get those calls because you're not pointing out the progress and you're not setting goals, and it became an obligation. That's why they rather go do dance or soccer or anything else but come see your class. People don't quit things that are progressing them towards better. Students should leave sweaty, smiling, and proud. Proud. Parents need to see that their child's being recognized, improving, and if you do that, they're going to want to keep them in that environment. So here's your question. Pick a family, does this family leave feeling like they're part of something special, unique? Nowhere else on earth can they find this for their kid. Do they leave feeling that way? Or do they leave feeling like they checked the box for being in class that day? They got their attendance stripe. They got their attendance mark. And the last one for today, and I'll give you guys time for Q&A. Action steps. I'm going to give you 5. And actually, I'm going to give you one more thing at the end of this. 5 action steps for you or your team this week. 1, walk the floor as if you were a parent seeing it for the first time. Change your lens, fresh eyes, walk the floor, and write down every gap you see. Not using names, not praising, not showing progress, not using energy, not using voice, improper use of music, not correcting. I see a lot of instructors not correcting students, which is why they have piss poor quality martial arts skills. The skills matter, guys. Progress equals happiness. So walk the floor as if your parents seen it for the first time and write down the gaps. Number 2, eliminate dead space. If you have a gap in your schedule in between classes, you better fix that fast. I'm going to tell you right now, as a teacher, I would never work for someone who had gaps in between classes. It would set me up for failure. It creates dead energy in your school. Next, in your classes, if you have dead energy or dead space from drill to next drill and you're not flowing that right, that you got to fix. Martial arts education is an energy. It's an energy. It needs to be felt. You know, when you feel the energy when you walk into a great, remarkable martial arts instructor school, you open the door, bam, it hits you. You open the door, it hits you. If the door opens and everyone walks in like mouses and they're quiet, not good. I want people like, holy shit, what's going on in there? Oh my God. I want people freaked out because it's such a powerful energy source. It sucks them in and they want to be part of it. People are walking by and they have to like, what is going on in there? That's why lines are so important. Look organized, look disciplined. That's what you sell. Track how many times names are mentioned. Does every kid get acknowledged in every single class? Does every kid get acknowledged every single class? Track your team, give them a report card, and then you'll know how to train them better. End every class with a visible win for students and parents to see. For example, I like finishing off with some kind of high energy finish, or it's something maybe we built from class. And then I like to point out the improvement of this skill as a group to the parents. Right? We just finished off some crazy drill. Remember the flying psychic drill that some of you guys couldn't do in Texas? Y'all getting all confused on how to move. Maybe you built over a few weeks your students to be able to learn how to do a flying psychic, learn how to crisscross, learn how to hit backs. They built it up and they finally get it. And you're pointing out each step of the process to the parents. Hey guys, parents, listen, the kids today, they're learning how to stay organized in their lines. They're staying better focused. I'm really proud of them. Can't wait to see them do the drill next week. I always point out. And you have to be authentic and real about it. Parents can smell your bullshit too, guys. Be real. And last, create a 30-second post-class touch point with parents with student progress. I'll tell you the hack. You should have a private Facebook group. And every night in the class or the next morning, you can use your social media with a little video. And I'm telling you right now, if I was teaching at a school, at the end of the night, school's cleaned up, hey students, Master Aaron here. Guys, classes today, I'll do a 30-second little selfie video, post it in there to the point that students know to go research that. Hey guys, the drill today in class, you guys did this really good. I want you practicing this. Hey parents, post a picture of your kid practicing this drill right here and create engagement. Don't punish, reward people who actually engage. Use your private Facebook group as an extension of your mat culture, an extension. And then this, I'll finish with this and I'll give you guys time for questions and answers real quick. Yesterday, I'm talking to David. David's learning how to be an instructor role right now because he's having to fill a gap. And so I was like, here's how you layer the class. You start class off with high energy. You line them up, you bow them in, you do your student creed, and you don't let the kids do the student creed. It kills the energy. All right, guys, here we go. Right. They bow to parents, bow in, ready stance, hands behind your back. Guys, oh, development, whatever you do, your student creed if you have one, right? Then go right into as fast as you can the movement. Everybody run in place, punch while you run. Sprawl, get back up, punch while you run. Get together, set guard stance, jab cross, ready, 1, 2. And you just go as fast as you can so they can't even focus. You bring up the energy where it's almost so chaotic and you're in control all the time. You're walking the floor, you're barking out commands, and then you slow the class down and you start drilling maybe your kickboxing drill or a kick. But you got to start off with high energy you have to kill the mindset of mediocrity that they had at school or at their job, their slow mental thought, their slow physical body. You got to get them going fast, get them to forget everything else because it's so crazy coming at them. Now you got the focus and you slow it back down. Then you take them through your phase 1 of your class. And then you go into some just core basic skill set. Don't do a lot of curriculum. Less is more. Detail is important. So we were talking with him. He's going to do front kicks. So I would have him just work front kicks. And they do the front kicks on bags. Then do front kicks with partners. Then when he gets into the nunchuck part, he's going to teach him how to do a 3-count strike like we did in Texas and catch. Then he puts the kicks together. He's going to have him do the slider front kick, 3-count strike, catch, jump front kick with the right leg, spin, punch with a nunchuck, boom, finish. And all you did is you did front kicks in class. You did different versions of the front kicks, slider kicks, jump kicks. You do the nunchuck, you put it all together. And at the end of the class, they're drilling off, doing a slider front kick, 3-count strike. If they had the x-ray film, you with a partner, you could do that. Pop front kick, spin, punch. And you're drilling lines like this. Instead of standing still, just doing nunchuck strikes and being bored. Energy is created by movement. Energy is transformational. Things in motion tend to stay in motion. And energy is something people feel. And when people feel something, they experience something. When they experience something, they're excited because they're making progress. Why do people go to Chick-fil-A? You know I was putting Chick-fil-A in this conversation someplace, and not McDonald's. Even though there's more McDonald's in the world, Chick-fil-A is more profitable because Chick-fil-A makes you have an experience. It's something you feel. They decided to become world-class, not mediocre. They want to be world-class on service. And they continue to improve because they've never stopped training to be world-class, to be the best, to be remarkable. It's not what you teach, it is how you connect. All right? Your classroom floor is your product. And if it doesn't have transformation, mentorship, and if it doesn't have connection with people, they might as well stay home, turn on YouTube, and earn their black belt from YouTube. Would you pay $300 a month, $500 a month, $1,000 a month? Guys, my goal is I want my classes worth $3,000 a month. So people feel like it's a steal of a deal for paying 1/10 of that. All right, let's do some Q&A. Let's rock and roll.